They really do have a very long way to go. 24 fences to jump, over 3.5 miles. They're at the first, and Desert Orchid, they're all safely over the first. Desert Orchid leads from Memberson, and then comes Androma with the Quillifer on the inside of Run and Skip, normally a front runner. But Desert Orchid, ears prick, comes to take the ditch, jumps it superbly. They're all over the second, and it's Desert Orchid in the lead. Hasn't got as near as warm today as he has in the past. This grey out in front where he likes to be, leads by a length. The Run and Skip and Memberson and Torside and Quillifer. Then Lanarine and Droma and Proud Pilgrim and Golden Minstrel. Then comes Kildimo, and on the inside, Strands of Gold and GA is the back marker. But the grey, Desert Orchid, blazing a trail. Desert Orchid in the lead. From Run and Skip in second, and then comes Memberson racing third. And Droma a little bit wide. Strands of Gold towards the rear, and now they level up down towards the third. And it's Desert Orchid leading, and at quite a good pace, a sound pace, by 4 lengths to Run and Skip in second. And then comes Torside in third, and Memberson 4 and Lanarine 5. Quillifer and Golden Minstrel and Droma and Kildimo. And then Strands of Gold and Proud Pilgrim, and a beautiful jump again by the leader. A little bit of a mistake at the rear of the field with a horse with a noseband, Proud Pilgrim. But they turn into the back stretch, and it's Desert Orchid that leads by 2 lengths now to Run and Skip in second. Then in third is, on the inside, Torside. They come to the 4th fence, and Desert Orchid leading over safely. From in second place, Run and Skip. Behind these comes Memberson, and then Lanarine made ground to go into forward. Another superb jump by the leader. And so it's Desert Orchid in the lead, comes to take the ditch superbly from Run and Skip in second, and he's spread eagling his field. GA is finding the pace hot. That's last.
Well, Desert Orchid's corns don't seem to be worrying him today. So far, he's jumped as well as I've ever seen him.
Jumping completely out of his stride. And the one who's taken a while to warm himself up a little bit is Strands of Gold. He's been a bit sketchy over the first few, but he's jumping a little bit better now.
And interestingly, Lanarine has made no effort to go up and take Desert Orchid on. Maybe he can't, mind you, but he took a strong hold going down. I would think that almost certainly Guy Landor's intending to give him a bit more of a chance this year.
So they take the 10th, and it's Desert Orchid that leads. GA just making up a bit of ground. Perhaps the Simon Sherwood has steadied the pace a bit. He certainly led them a merry dance over the first 3. And they turn now to face up towards the 11th. And it's Desert Orchid that leads. From Run and Skip in second place, with Memberson close up for him in third. And then comes Golden Minstrel in 4, Torside 5, Lanarine close up 6. They're just bunching up as they come down towards the 11th. And it's Desert Orchid in the lead from Memberson, Golden Minstrel, and Droma making ground on the outside, Run and Skip on the inner, and Lanarine behind that one, and Desert Orchid leads as they come down towards the 11th. And Desert Orchid jumping boldly in the lead. Proud Pilgrim, another little bit of a niggly mistake there. So they've completed a circuit in this 32nd running of the Whitbread Gold Cup. And it's the grey, Desert Orchid out in front. Run and Skip on the left of the picture in the yellow jacket, Memberson in the beige behind them as they take the 11th. Crowd really relishing this as they come down towards the 12th. This is an open ditch, and it's Desert Orchid in the lead by a length. The Memberson, Run and Skip on the inside. Let's see how he jumps this. Oh, quite superbly, the horse in front, Desert Orchid. And the knowledgeable crowd here really relishing this sight. And the order as they pass us, having jumped 13, is that Desert Orchid leads by a length. The Run and Skip, Torside makes ground on the inner, Lanarine close up, Memberson line across the track, Golden Minstrel only 2 lengths off the lead, then Androma and Kildimo, and then Strands of Gold, Quillifer on the inside, and Proud Pilgrim, and GA is the back marker. So they head towards the 14th fence, and it's Desert Orchid in the lead. They swing right-handed, and Desert Orchid running a bit wide there and giving a bit of ground away, but still on the wide outside. Now shares the lead with Run and Skip. Desert Orchid from Run and Skip, who's come through on the inside. Behind these, Lanarine racing third. In 4th is Torside. 5th is Memberson. And then making ground on the outside all the time is Golden Minstrel as they take the next fence, and there Desert Orchid led. Another mistake at the rear of the field by Proud Pilgrim at Quillifer. The 11-2 favourite, not in the picture at the moment. Desert Orchid at 6-1. He's been in the picture throughout. It's been impossible to keep him out of it. And it's Run and Skip on the inside of Desert Orchid as they go down towards the 15th. It's Run and Skip and Desert Orchid racing wide. Desert Orchid in the lead from Run and Skip. Golden Minstrel, a slight mistake, and Quillifer has got a lot to do. two. That's second from last at the moment as they take the 16th, and Desert Orchid, a superb jump there. He's jumping them into the ground.
Well, he's got to get a little bit further in front than that, John.
Yes, I think Simon's had things played his own way a little bit. Nobody's really been too keen to take him on, and the old horse has been lobbing along with his ears pricked. And as you said, he stood off a whole stride too soon, the first one in the straight there, and got easily as far the other side. But if his main problem was whether he was going to get the trip, and things have been going his way, he ought to get it.
It's very different this year. This is where he packed up last year.
It's 6 to jump, and Lannerai looks the one who's going to be packing up. That one's last, and Aquilifer is well in arrears. But as they go to the 20th, it's Desert Orchid in the lead from Run and Skip on the inside. At the rear of the field, Lannerai making heavy weather of it. Desert Orchid in the lead by half a length to Run and Skip. Strands of Gold with the White Steeds are getting closer. Kildimo has settled mid-division, but that one now makes ground to go into 4. Memberson 5, Androma is 6. At the rear of the field, G8 is out of it. So too is Lannerai, but they begin the turn into the home straight. They've got 3 to jump, and Run and Skip now the leader. The horse with the white face. The grey is Desert Orchid. Kildimo getting closer. Memberson behind these, and then behind these comes Androma. Strands of Gold is not out of it. The race opens up as they come down towards the 22nd, and it's the grey Desert Orchid now, who may have been given a breather by Simon Sherwood, comes to take the third from home, and it's Desert Orchid who leads there. From in second place, Run and Skip. Strands of Gold looks a big danger. That one's going through into third. Kildimo, the top weight with the yellow sleeves, on the right of the 4 as they come down towards the second last, and the crowd warm to this now, and it's Desert Orchid in the lead from Kildimo on the right. Strands of Gold in between them, and Kildimo is travelling strongly. They come down towards the 24th and final fence. The grey on the left, Desert Orchid. On the right is Kildimo. And at the last, Desert Orchid and Kildimo jumping together. We've got a race on here. Desert Orchid in the lead from Kildimo, and Desert Orchid goes on. Desert Orchid goes on by a length. The roof is being raised here at Sandown as Desert Orchid wins the Whitbread. Desert Orchid, Kildimo, Strands of Gold, the 1, 2, 3. Then Proud Pilgrim and Run and Skip and Androma. And Memberson and Torside behind these, Golden Minstrel, and the favourite was Aquilifer, beat only one. That was GA. I have never, ever heard the crowd warm to a horse like they warmed the Desert Orchid. This was a spectacular performance, a superb jumping exhibition by the most popular horse in training. That's number 2, Desert Orchid.